Hey everybody, it's Busy Little Bee. Welcome back to my channel. I just wanted to give you guys kind of a highlights edition of Amberlynn's mini lives this weekend. So we have one from August 1st, one from August 2nd, and then two streams from August 3rd. And I'm just going to upload the highlights with the chat here. And then I'll be doing a separate video that will be out either later today or tomorrow. And that will be comparing narcissistic personality disorder and borderline personality disorder because there seems to be a lot of overlap with the two conditions. And Amberlynn has outright blown off this idea that they are very alike in their symptoms, in the way that the behaviors manifest. But they have different intents, different treatments. There's differences, right? So I want to do a video also going over that because she does bring that up a lot here. And I think a lot of what we saw was narcissistic rage, in my opinion. I'm not trying to diagnose anyone. I have no ability to do that. I do not have the knowledge or the experience and I've never met her, obviously, or treated her. But I do want to look up what the authorities are saying about borderline personality disorder versus narcissistic personality disorder. And it's a really interesting subject. So I will be doing that in a separate video. Like I said, it'll come out either later today or tomorrow. I will not be including much commentary as most of you can read Amberlynn like I can. So this is just to show you what happened pretty much. And then on the next video, we'll talk a little bit about her behaviors, what she did, and I'll point out some examples of what could be construed as either narcissistic rage or borderline rage. So let's go ahead and take a look at the highlights from Amberlynn.
Corky, welcome to Stream Queen's Mini. And I just got a text saying I wouldn't say too much if I were you, being threatened. As I have been. As I have been. I don't want this to be a crying sesh, so I should have put the word toxic in the title. And then I get another text, I have video proof of you being terrible to me. Yes. A video proof of me reacting to your betrayal, me unmedicated with BPD, correct. Stop texting me. But we haven't been together this whole time. This whole fucking time. And I have seen the things that she has said to me, about me, whether that be in comments, whether that be in private messages, where it finally is like revealed. She had a whole fucking Reddit where she made fun of my body. Someone asked on Reddit, how do you think Amberlynn would be when she lost weight? My girlfriend replied, she'd probably look like melting ice cream or a melted candle. My girlfriend behind my back was calling me Porcahontas. Oh, behind my back. You wouldn't even when I was in Wisconsin, I genuinely was the most miserable I've been. And I had to literally fake that shit real good. I had to fake that shit real good. Because it's like, it's hard to be like human and like be broadcasted on YouTube. Like, it's so hard. My mom wanted me to leave Tommy, just constantly telling me, break up with her. Like, still, like, literally from yesterday, just leave her, just leave her. Like, my mom knows everything. It's like anything that happened in Wisconsin, like any argument that happened in Wisconsin was due to a betrayal that I found out that she was doing right next to me. Literally right next to me. Imagine having BPD, unregulated, unmedicated, and finding out just betrayal, 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 betrayal. Like you go crazy. Like you genuinely go crazy. She literally told me, "I promise I will never hurt you again." I mean, this is genuinely what she would say to me every single time she hurt me. Every time she lied, and every time just betrayal, 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 every fucking time. Oh my god. And like I would fall for the bullshit, bro. Like I would fall for the bullshit. But as of recently, like once I found out the Reddit thing and once like she insinuated that I let Rarity out on purpose and I don't know what it was, but after every single thing that she put me through, which all the personal shit, like I'm not even gonna go into detail in this moment unless she wants to pop off. Like I'll pop off and react back. But something about this last time like genuinely broke me. Like broke me even further than I was broken before. And I just my wall was up with her. That's not how it was like at all, but I just she would want to be sexual and this and that and like I couldn't let my guard down at all. Like I genuinely couldn't. Whenever I would express how I feel, she would just go absolutely insane on me. And I don't know what it is or why. I would try to process in my brain that like that's her defense mechanism. Just accept it for what it is, blah blah blah. But it was like 2 days ago, I just calmly expressed to her like how I felt about something. And it's like every single time we get in an argument, she goes online and said something awful to me. Um, so I was on Instagram tonight and sorry, my thoughts and feelings are literally genuinely all over the place right now. And it's like I'm sitting here having to debate with myself, like, yes, share that, yes, don't and I just got a text from her saying, I'm going to release the video then to prove how you are. I'm literally half naked in that video, so please don't. I would appreciate that. That was me in a BPD meltdown. I'm literally half naked. You threatening me repeatedly. Like, literally, she's threatening me as I'm on here, you guys. Like, as I'm on here, literally threatening me. Like, this is the shit that I have to deal with all the time, and I fucking go crazy. I genuinely would go crazy. Like, you guys don't even understand. She made me more crazy than I've ever felt in my actual entire life. Like, you have no idea. You have no fucking idea. Like, ugh. So I go on to fucking Instagram tonight. I reply to Corky Love Rose. I barely check my Instagram. I happened to click another message and they were like, you know who is talking to Snowflake? And I was genuinely so confused. I didn't know you know who. I didn't know who that was. And I was like, there's no way it's fucking Tommy again. I was like, there's no fucking way. There's genuinely no way. Because she promised me she would stop this shit. Because she knew I wouldn't say anything. I was constantly just letting her say whatever the fuck she wanted. Haven't you guys noticed that I would never say anything? I just let her say whatever the fuck she wanted. Anyways. So then I go to Snowflake's little community tab, and that's when I saw it. And I was like, you've gotta fucking be kidding me. We're talking about Rarity again. Rarity! Oh my god. And that's when I knew. I'm actually officially done with Emily. I am fucking done. The truth about Rarity, only the people closest to me know, and only Emily knows. The truth is, we're sitting in Emily's truck. I would sit in the passenger seat, and Emily would sit in the driving seat, and she would smoke cigarettes. And we would sit there, listen to music, whatever it may be. So we would sit there for hours, and she's just smoking cigarettes. So since we're both sitting on our phones in her truck, um, I saw her talking to this girl named Andrea. Oh, don't worry, this is about Rarity. This is about how it all happened. I see her talking to this girl named Andrea, and flashback 2 weeks prior, I saw her talking to Andrea, and they were talking badly about me. And I was like, who's Andrea? Obviously. And she tells me it's a girl from work. So my gut feeling tells me that's a fucking lie, and I do not believe it whatsoever. So I just let it go. Okay. Then it was a week ago. I mean, at the time we're sitting in that truck. I'm talking about Rarity night, okay? Please just give me a second. Thank you, Daisy. I see Andrea again. And I was like, why do you keep like talking badly, being suspicious with this Andrea girl? Oh, just this girl from work. And I was like, well, can you stop talking badly about me? Blah 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 blah. And I then find out that night because I kept telling her something feels off. I find out that night that this is a hater, someone that genuinely hates me more than anything in this world, that Emily became friends with. And they would just sit there and talk bad while I'm literally sleeping on her fucking bed, bro. What the fuck? So I told her, I was like, please stop talking to her because that fucking hurts. Like, that genuinely hurts me. I would never do that to you, ever. So I believed that she would never talk to her again. Well, here we are, sitting in her truck again, and her stupid little message pops up, and then I see that they're talking again. Literally again. It's like betrayal after betrayal after betrayal. So then I say, let me see your phone. Let me see your phone. Because I don't deserve this. Like, genuinely. I don't. And I don't know why, but like, I'm telling you, instincts are crazy. Instincts are crazy. I go into her little, what's it called? It's like where you can see what apps you were on that day or whatever. And I noticed that she was on Sorry, honestly. Honestly, I want to sit here and say I'm sorry, Emily, for doing this, but I have to. This isn't fucking fair. And I noticed that she was on Tumblr. It was like the most random thing in the world because like me and her were like very open. I don't want to say what I saw. Okay, just know that what I saw her looking at on Tumblr literally broke me. Because when I saw that, again, it was my instinct. My instincts were like, why is she on Tumblr? Immediately, it's almost like I knew. So I instantly went to her Tumblr app, bam, in my face. Okay, I don't want to go into detail. Genuinely, I don't. Okay. And then I kept going. I noticed that there was this app, not an app, a website Oh, I don't want to talk about it. Just know that I saw things and read things and seen things that literally broke me and destroyed me, okay? Like, look at me. I look like a fucking freak. This is how I looked almost every day in Wisconsin, might I add. And now she's gonna show me fucking naked having a BPD meltdown because of her betrayal constantly. Anyways, so long story short, I just found out a million different things that literally broke me. Like, genuinely, I felt like I was in a different state away from my mom. Like, I was like, this cannot be real. My God, it cannot be real. I got really fucking upset, obviously. Anyone, even mentally well people would have been pissed, would have been so fucking hurt. Probably marriages would have been divorced. Like, that type of deal, okay? So we get in a big fight. I'm telling you, it was off the chain. It was big. Because duh, like it was a lot. And neither of us, I can admit that, know how to handle look how crazy I look right now. That I think it was like 5 a.m. or something. I don't even know. She ended up leaving her home through the kitchen door, which is the sliding glass door. She left. We get in a really fucking bad argument. She leaves through the glass door, leaves the door open. I did not notice because I did not go near the door. I did not go near the door. I was sitting at the kitchen table waiting for her to come home. And that's when I noticed the cold breeze. I noticed the cold breeze. Oh my fucking God. Emily left the fucking door open. And she booked it so fast she didn't even close the door. I felt the cold breeze. Okay. In my brain, I was thinking, like it was just a lot. It was just a lot. In my brain, I was thinking, there's no way Birdie got out. We're good. It's like one of them things. Like, Tommy's house is huge. Cats went everywhere. I was thinking Birdie didn't even notice. But it was the next day when I was like, something really just does not seem right. Like, I haven't seen Birdie all day. And I'm thinking, oh my God, I've been taking the blame this whole fucking time. You are the most like narcissistic. Like in the 73 people who thumbs that up, like go sit on it and spin too. Like genuinely. Holy shit. I think she's a narcissist. I've never said that about anyone in my life, but something is just not adding up. And I tried so hard to love her through it all. I've protected her this whole time. So was she ever even nice to you? I mean, yeah, obviously. I'm telling you, there were times where she was so horrible, calling me fat ass. The first time she ever called me a fat ass was in Wisconsin, and I'm telling you, I my jaw was on the floor. Called me bitch, cunt, fuck off, I hate you. Like, it's just the most awful thing. I'm a waste of space. I'm a leech on society. Like, the most awful things were said to me. And I never, ever said those things to her. But if you share a video, which I have never shared screenshots of, if you share a video of me during a BPD meltdown where I'm half naked due to your betrayal, that's when suing will entice, will happen. Absolutely. Like, you have silenced me for far too long, and finally the time that I speak up, you're gonna go like below the belt. Like you're gonna go just the worst you could do. Like it's fucking sick. Courtney, use your head. Like you would lie for someone too. Like I'm not gonna like sit here and stick up for her, but like she was like blackmailed. Emily was blackmailed by people. It's fucking gross. When did we actually break up? Like today? We would always get in these little fucking fights where she would go and where he didn't die, bro. Like, shut the fuck up. God. God, I fucking hate people who are just so like they have no like sympathy or empathy or like kindness in their heart. It's like it genuinely, how do you live? How do you live? No! Oh my god, no! It was fucking bigger girls, bro, that were naked. See, this is what I mean. Like, you guys go to the most extreme shit. Like, don't say things like that. Like, holy fuck. I can't. See, this is. Oh my god. I feel like I'm having a fucking breakdown. I'm on Zoloft, bro. Like, it's supposed to stop this. Well, it does, actually, but this is actually real life. I don't know. Some people think it's fine looking at stuff like that on a relationship, but I don't. It was a trigger to me. I just need. I'm done with relationships. I'm done. Like, I genuinely hate being in a relationship. It's to that point. I fucking hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. It's the worst thing. I thought the all she wanted was my body. I was just a body to her. I feel like I'm gonna have a heart attack right here. I don't even want to talk about it anymore. Jordy, you can fucking kiss my ass too. She publicly accused you of doing what you are now accusing her regarding your pet. I'm not accusing her of nothing. I know what happened. I was there. It's mutual type deal. Because we would always do this. We would get in an argument and then we would both be like, "We're done. We're done." And then she would go and contact a hater or a Reddit or a reaction channel or comment something snarky and rude. It's like a vicious cycle. And then we would always come back together like a day later. But then when I saw normally her reaching out to Snowflake would have been part of the pattern, but I need to respect myself. It is mutual. It was literally mutual with me and Feline. That does happen. There was a few times where during an argument she would leave. That's just how she is. She would stonewall or she would leave. And I'm the opposite. I'm very like, let's attack this right now and get this argument done and over with so we can just love each other. I'm the opposite. But yeah, she left through the back. No, we did not break up for the millionth time. I was just trying to protect her because she was being blackmailed. Like she was getting these crazy text messages, like people like genuinely like blackmailing her, and it was scary. Damn, I look fat. I can lose weight now. I'm gonna go on a diet. Ugh, what do you guys think? So Emily was talking shit to another person on Instagram about me during one of our arguments, as per usual, while I just keep quiet and hope me and Emily can go back to loving each other. She's always out there just like saying horrible things about me. Romeo, he's still trying to learn his name. Um, but she was talking to someone, and that person is the one who told Hexacana. Is there anything else in your relationship with Emily you're lying about? Well, yeah, I'm not going to reveal everything. Not lying isn't the word. Not saying, yes, because there's just so much. There's just so much. I have never hit Emily. I have never hit Emily ever. I don't hit. I never hit Beck. I never hit who else have I been in a relationship with? Holy shit. Destiny never hit Crystal. The list can go on and on. If you could, you would. Your body doesn't allow. Huh? You saying if I could hit someone, I would? Okay. So are you saying I can throw this at someone's head? Like, the fuck? I could take this and throw it? I'm just not a physically abusive person. God, get the fuck out of here. Like, you just want to portray me in, like, the worst way possible, bro. Like, just get over it. I'm not physically abusive. Point blank, period. mean, I could pick up a tiny little chopstick and just chuck it at someone, like, but I'm not going to because I'm not a violent person. That's how a healthy, non-violent person reacts. I don't know what you're talking about. You're so annoying. Can't. I have fucking eyeliner and mascara all over my hands. I need to go shower. You guys want to go shower with me? I'm joking. I just don't want to be alone. I mean, I have my fur babies. I wish I had Rarity. Oh, but I have my fur babies. They're my everything. Inverted elbows? Is that a fat joke? I don't know what that means. No. Okay, I saw what he said. I just don't get why you would have stayed for 13 months after everything you went through. Some women, or men, or whoever, stay in relationships for decades, even though shit like that's happening, you know? I can only speak for myself, but it's because I had so much hope and I wrote it in so many journal entries. Oh, like, I just hope things could get better. I hope she would change. And it's like we agreed to like changing together because you guys know I'm BPD. I just need to emotionally eat one last time after this live stream without anyone saying anything about it. Thank you. Can't wait to see how evil you were when you're exposed. Okay. Yep. I mean, I turned evil due to betrayal. Yes, I did. My favorite was when she told me she wants to knock my teeth down my throat. That was my favorite. While we were looking for Rarity in the truck. Yeah, I'll never forget that one. That one was to my face, so you wouldn't be able to see that in text, but yeah, that shut me up real quick. I'll tell you that. Did Emily say she would hit you only once? Um, she has threatened to hit me twice, and one time, oh my God. Okay. So I'm pretty sure, yeah, it was the night that Rarity happened. I'm telling you, it was the worst fight that we had for sure. Um, I have a very bad habit, which I hate this part of me, and thankfully, like I don't feel that heightened urgency anymore. Thank God. Um, but I get this feeling where like if I'm in an argument and they're trying to like leave, I'll like how do I explain it? I'm just gonna try to give an example. So we were in her room when this argument was happening, like because it started in the truck, it went into the kitchen, then it went up into the room, and then down to the like it was like it just all right. But at this point, we were in her bedroom, and she was trying to like leave the room while I'm like like I'm bawling. You guys thought I was bawling at the beginning of this live stream? No, it was a million times worse than that. So I'm like bawling, just like saying, I thought you loved me. How could you do this? And like she just did not care. And she was trying to like go into the bathroom to like hide. And it's like I'm the sort of person I want to like talk about it now. So I was following her also into the bathroom. I have a bad habit of like following, saying, don't leave the room. We need to talk about this. Like that's a very bad part of me that I will say, and I'm 100% accountable in that. Very bad of me. Um, so when I went to go walk into the bathroom, she kicked me. She's tall. She's taller than I am. She's like 5'7". She kicks me really hard in my stomach. Really hard. That is the only time that something like physical like that happened. And it was like right in my hernia, so that like really scared me, I will say that. But I immediately called my mom, like I'm like freaking out. Like my mom knows like everything. I called her all the time and she was begging me to come home and I would constantly say I am and then my mom would schedule to come pick me up. It was like this whole fucking thing. But then mommy would genuinely like she would become nicer and like she was like crying one time that she didn't want me to leave and she wanted me to stay. So then When she was at work one time, I made her spaghetti dinner and like Caesar salad and like garlic bread. I wrote her a cute little note and I said that 5'7" is tall for me because I'm short. Um, Made a note and I told her, you know what, I decided to stay. And like she was so happy that she cried. Like she would like do this thing where it was like vicious, vicious. I would say I'm leaving and then she would become nice and then it was like a constant cycle like this. And like during the arguments, she'd always be like, "I want you to leave," da, da, da. And I'd be saying the same shit. I'd be saying the same thing. She'd be telling me to leave. I'd be telling her I want to leave. But then when everything calmed down, she would always want me to stay, and she would always talk me into it. And during that whole fiasco. So her room, like I'm not gonna lie, we both like have ADHD and ADHD piles. So her room would get like, she would have her pile of dirty clothes, and she also had a rug and like a huge dog bed, and then I had Twinkie's dog bed, so it was a very crowded place. And during the frantic of it all, I remember I tripped over her rug. I landed into her. She fell on the ground. And I'm like, as that's happening, I'm trying to get her. Like, as she's falling, I go to grab her off the ground. I will never forget this moment ever because I'm telling you, I called my mom hysterical. So when I tripped over the rug and then I landed into her and she was falling, I went to grab her. It didn't work out very well. She still landed on the floor. And then she started like hysterically, "How come you pushed me?" I'm like, what is actually happening? So she like, I don't know. It was this whole fucking thing. And I was like, this cannot be real right now. This genuinely cannot, like, I have never been so gaslit into thinking that the sky was actually the ground and the ground was actually the sky. Everything that like led to me to be like super hysterical was because of something that I found out that she was doing behind my back. Like, I didn't mind being someone's fetish as long as they also loved my heart, you know? Like, as long as they loved who I was as a person. Like, I don't know if you guys know the song Fetish by Selena Gomez. Like, we would even listen to that in Wisconsin together. And, like, the way that she would look at me, like, I've never been, like, desired like that. Ever. Listen, I'm sorry for lying to you guys. Like, are you joking? I did not genuinely want that. I have tried very hard with the people that matter the most. I've tried very hard to like prove and show you guys that like I don't lie anymore. I'm as open as I can be. What I share is real, blah blah blah. But then I go and lie about a whole relationship. It's because I felt like I had to. She was responding to my Snapchats as if everything was fine. But little did I know she was behind my back talking to Snowflake. Fuck. We were literally together. Window, yeah. What ground does she really have? Speaking of, um, she's claiming property damages because her dog pees on her carpet, and then Twinkie also was peeing on her carpet. They both were peeing on the carpet. Like, I'm not over here trying to like lie or this or that, but like, God, be so fucking for real. Like, like genuinely. So what I did was I bought this really expensive, I bought two of them, this really cool like gate type thing that she actually still has up. So like I tried to fix it, like genuinely, and then I ended up buying a whole steam cleaner for her. Like I tried to fucking fix it, bro. She has this cat named Princess, which she keeps trying to throw out, by the way, on the streets, and I keep telling her not to. She really wants to fuck around, we could fuck around and find out. So I'm fucking done. She has a cat that pees all over the fucking downstairs, on the carpet, on the chair, on the couch, on the clothes, on the this, on the that. So stop trying to fucking blame me and my dog for everything in your life because I will literally come for you. Oh, oh my god. It's like I'll sit here and admit anything that is real and true. Anything. Oh my god, I'm scared to be alone. I'm scared to be alone. I'm scared to be alone. So she would record me, whether it was just my voice or she would record me as I'm having like meltdowns all the time when I was in Wisconsin. I felt so fucking unsafe there. I only slept an hour. I can't sleep. My mind is just a mile a minute. Thank you, Alexa. I appreciate that a lot. What are we getting ready for? I'm gonna hang out with my mom. Um, my mom's gonna obviously be sad for me, but she's gonna be relieved because she wanted me to break up with Tommy forever now. And it's like I was in a toxic cycle and I would say that we were broken up, it would last a day. And it would just be like, you know, um, um, it was naked women that were bigger than me. And the first photo I saw, which the one that is engraved in my mind, I don't even want to say it. Mm, I'm not going to be forced actually into saying things I don't want to say, but mainly because it's embarrassing for me and I do have a little bit of not only dignity, but I also like in some weird fucked up way, I still love Tommy and it fucking sucks. Um, when she would betray me or hide things from me and I would find out, she would stonewall me so hard, which then would trigger me even harder. It was awful. And I would flip 100%. Like I said, I go up octaves. I get loud. I cry a lot. And it's just how it would go. I'm just saying that that is how my body reacted to what felt to me like emotional abuse. Yeah, last night when I got off a live stream, I definitely emotionally ate. I ordered McDonald's breakfast. Like, and you know what's crazy? I've like heard about reactive abuse, and I'm gonna go ahead and say like the way that I would react, like my reaction to like the way that she would treat me, or my reaction to the lies, my reaction to the betrayal, my reaction to the secrets, my reaction to the emotional abuse, etc., can absolutely be seen as abuse. 100%. And I am not going to sit here and deny those things. Like I am going to be 100% upfront. I would become unhinged when she would hurt me. Did she cheat? So I have boundaries in my relationship that she knows, um, and accepted. We both have boundaries. When you get into a relationship, you say those boundaries, what you accept and what you don't accept. What's loyal to you? What am I trying to say? What your definition of loyal is. Like those things need to be shared and expressed. And she knew those things. That's all I gotta say about that. Did you threaten offing yourself a bit ago? No. I said how I like this is probably against TOS, but it's my story that I felt suicidal a lot. I did, and it's something that I would talk to my mom about. Um, but did I threaten that? No, not at all. Did you tell Mama Lynn Emily kicked you? Yeah. And I remembered she's actually kicked me twice. I forgot about the second time. I'm laying in bed trying to sleep, and my brain is like this, like insane. I was sitting on the couch one time, again, during one of our arguments, and she wanted me to leave and she wanted me to stop crying. And she was like laying on the couch, and I was like sitting like on the end of it. She literally kicked me off the couch and I landed on the floor, and I had to I had to have her help me get up. But I'm telling you, in that moment, like, oh, I saw her smirk. You guys, I saw her smirk at me crying at the fact that I needed help up. I will never forget that moment, and it's so weird because it's like last night when I was on live stream, well, early this morning, and so much was happening. Like, obviously, you forget things, duh. But then when you're like calm and you're like trying to like lay there and fall asleep, like everything comes a running. The fact that I forgot to even say that part because we were talking about the physical stuff, you guys, when she smirked, my soul left my body. I can't talk. I'm not going to be able to compute today. Um, my soul, I'm just gonna say my soul left my body. Like, I was like, how can someone like smirk at the fact that I can't get up off the floor? You called us all liars and cruel for calling her what she was. We all tried to tell you, and we all knew you were miserable, and you called us all crazy. Yeah, that sounds about right. I'm sorry for that, Nixie, and thank you for the super chat. I genuinely, um, I was stuck. I was stuck. About digging the nails into the arm thing. Yeah, I talked about that already last night. Were you stuck in a long distance relationship? Blackmailing, love, BPD, favorite person, always wishing for hope, not having self respect, desperation. She was my best friend. Accepting a love you think you can't deserve or think you deserve. The list can genuinely go on and on. So, in the very beginning, when it all started happening, I would constantly tell her on the phone, I would never be with a feeder. Like, that's crazy. I would never do that. Da, 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 da. Like, I want to be healthy. Da, 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 da. And she would always be like, yeah, totally. Can you continue with the timeline you were doing? Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, so when I first got with her, like everyone's like, oh my gosh, she's a feeder, da, da. And I would tell her, like, oh, I don't believe any of that. Like, I would not be with a feeder, like, at all. And she'd be like, oh, yeah, totally, and we wouldn't really talk much about it, but like, I would tell her, like, I'm trying to lose weight, blah, blah, blah. Like, why would I want to do that? Blah, blah, blah. So she would deny it over and over. So I was in Wisconsin. It was during the night of the big betrayal, like when I found everything. Um, I saw that she was on Phoebe, and that was the site with all the bigger women or whatever. And my jaw was on the floor. Like, why would you have to be on there? Like, genuinely, like, why? Like, that doesn't even make sense to me. And she would come up with like all these excuses as to why she was on there, and it just didn't make sense to me. But I ended up going in the little message part, and I saw that literally while we were in a relationship, like a month after we started dating, she messaged some girl saying that she was sexy. So that was fun. But she messaged this masked lesbian and said, oh, I know how rare it is to be a masked lesbian that's a feeder because so am I. And that is when I found out the truth while in Wisconsin. So that's how long like it took me to find out the truth. And still to this day, she denies that she is one, which is really confusing and weird because I saw the message with my own eyes. And I'm telling you guys, that night was horrific. Like, and you know what? I could, oh my God. There was just a lot of betrayals. There was just a lot of betrayals. That's all I can say. And betrayal is just for the lack of a better word. I know how much she loved Colleen and still does. Like, I fully get that. During arguments, she would literally tell me, you're never going to be Colleen. Like, just saying how much better Colleen was. Like, I had to literally. compare myself, and I was in competition with Colleen every single day of my life. Yeah, it took, it's like, okay, I was like, we have a Snapchat streak, obviously, um, which will be ending, which is kind of sad because it's almost in the 400s, but whatever. Um, so every time I'd send like a selfie of my face where I genuinely thought I looked so beautiful, like she wouldn't say anything. She wouldn't say anything about it. Wouldn't save it, wouldn't nothing. But then when I would send like a photo of my body, she would save it and be like, damn, you're sexy as fuck. It's just like I want to feel like beautiful too, you know? Like I want you to think like my face is beautiful. Like I also want you to like my heart. The BPD rush high from being chosen is a common thing. Yeah, not only that, but like she was my favorite person. I thought you couldn't get medicated for BPD. So you can't get medicated for BPD itself, but you can get medicated to help with BPD symptoms. I'm hungry. Hungry, hungry hippo. Oh, my hair looks so pretty. I'm joking. Oh my god. I crack myself up sometimes. Did you and Tommy text after your last live? No. So the last like text I sent, let me look here. So it was when we were like arguing or whatever. I was saying like just leave me alone. Like I don't want to continue this anymore. But then I'm, because that's usually like how it goes. We'll get in a fight and we'll like break up for a day. Um, and I thought it was just going to be the same cycle, so I ended up Snapchatting her. I was sending her Snapchats of Romeo, Wasabi. I built a cat tree, so I showed her that. And she's responding, acting normal. Then I send her a picture of my body, because that's just how it goes around here. And just normal. She did call me dainty, even though I looked fat as fuck, but okay. Um, and that's when I found out that while we're exchanging snaps, she's over there talking to fucking Snowflake. I'm like, what kind of planet am I living on? So that for me was the last straw. So I end up literally video calling Corky Love Rose because I don't know, something told me that like, she would give me advice, and I know her and I have like bad sleeping schedules, so I didn't think I'd be like waking her up or anything, but um so um Morgan, who's narcissism? Anyways, I don't know. So when I before I called Corky and messaged Emily and I was like, can you call me? Please call me. Emily, this is extremely important. I won't talk about it in text. Call me. Emily, hello? Because I knew she was awake. We were just snapping. Because that's what I do. Every time I'd find out something bad that she did online, I would always want her to explain herself or like make me understand it better, reassure me. Like it's like I was looking for her to like make excuses for her bad behavior so I could just get over it. I don't know what it was. After I sent the last hello with a million question marks, I realized in that moment, I'm done. I'm actually not going to do this cycle anymore. I'm done. I'm about to go live. So I'm like putting on my makeup real fast because I was like, I'm not about to go live, like looking a wreck because I genuinely look a wreck. So I'm like putting my makeup on. I'm like mid makeup. I'm like, you know what? I'm about to call Corky Love Rose. So that's why. I ended up calling her and it was a whole thing. But my whole thing is like everything is gonna happen how it's supposed to happen, and the people who like downright just don't believe me are just people who like actually just choose to be assholes at this point. Like, 'cause I just don't even care anymore. She doesn't care about you being hurt. It is genuinely the weirdest thing I've ever seen. Like, whenever I would hurt her, she would say that I hurt her, like I hurt her feelings or whatever it may be. Like, it hurt, genuinely hurt my heart and made me so sad. But then when roles were reversed and she was genuinely saying the most awful things to me, like calling me a cunt, saying that I'm a leech from society, saying that she hated me, like genuinely emotionally abusing me, like point blank. Like, that was verbal abuse. And I'm just, okay, take the words that I've been saying and put them in Emily's mouth. People would be popping off at the fucking seams. Amberlynn's so abusive, she's so horrible, she's so this, she's so that. Like, what? Keeping doors closed would be a start. I wasn't the one who left it open, and I feel a sense of freedom. A sense of fucking freedom. So if Verity was your baby, why stay with someone who let her out? Cats go missing every single day. Cats run away every single day. Thousands and thousands and thousands. People don't do it on purpose. Emily did not do it on purpose. Emily loved Rarity. I loved Rarity more than anything in this world. There wouldn't be the term for BPD meltdown if there was no such thing. There wouldn't be a term for BPD tantrums if there was no such thing. Tony Woods, thank you so much for the super chat. You're not in your right mind during those times, especially in the fit of betrayal and lies by someone that you love, that you sleep naked next to. That I opened up to her in ways that I've never opened up to anybody. So, how it's not BPD, you choose to stay not a victim. Okay, victim shaming now. Okay, Missy, thank you. Then why did you stay? Ask that to any person who's been in my shoes. I use pee pads. I actually recently started using pee pads for when I'm sleeping. I have an elderly dog. I mean, if we want to talk about pee pads, Zachary Michael also uses pee pads. What does that mean? A lot of people use pee pads. Pee pads are for a thing, but I only use them literally while I'm sleeping because I have an elderly dog. Girl, just watch a compilation of your pet neglect. You mean the exaggerated shit that reaction channels purposely try to come up with from a decade ago? Okay, let's get on that. God, people want to paint me in this way that's just not real. Like, it is so fucking scary to me. Like, genuinely, that I am painted in a light that is not fucking real. I love my pets and I take care of my pets more than I take care of myself. Like, more than I take care of myself. They get everything they need. They get everything they want. They're my number one, and they will always be that way. Always be that way. They're everything to me. Cass, it's a new thing within the last like couple of months. It's like none of these people have actually owned a pet. It is fucking wild to me. Wild. You allowed your own hair to get matted from neglect. So there's this thing when people get extremely depressed, one of the first thing that goes is brushing their hair. I've seen so many like TikToks, I've seen YouTube videos of people having matted hair from depression. And yeah, that happened to me once before. Did she have cameras inside of her house? Yeah, like sometimes like she would want to film like her ex-boyfriend when he would come over. Like she would have cameras in like the most weirdest places. Lala does not understand emotional abuse. I have been threatened with camera footage, I want to say for about 8 months now. Genuinely. So I never said that I was taking my pets with me um, until the day that I was literally like physically going there. And my videos were like, I would say like 2 weeks ahead. And people were like, Amberlynn's probably just gonna leave her pets. And they were mad at me for that. And then I take them and they were mad at me for that. I'm sorry. People travel with their motherfucking pets. Point blank, period. Like, my pets are everything to me. I'm not going to be somewhere for 3 months and leave my pets without me. That is anxiety inducing for them. That is confusing for them. Fuck that. I planned on staying there for a couple of months. That was the plan, was me staying there for months. I was not moving in. I did not want to move in. And then when I was there, I realized I am not happy. My animals are, they're so much my everything that for years now, I pay for them to be considered emotionally support pets because they're my like actual everything. And if there's ever a situation where I can't be without them, like it makes me want to literally just not like I sometimes literally genuinely am only alive for them. They're my everything. She said she noticed a day later. What I meant was when I said the next day is because I slept for 3 hours that day. That's what I meant. It was the next day for me because, like, so you're at night, right? You're like, it's at night, blah, blah, blah. And then you go to sleep for the night, regardless of how long you sleep. It could be 3 hours, it could be six, it could be eight. Then it's the next day. Does that make sense? They go outside because their world is so fucking small. They want to experience the fucking concrete, the ground, the grass, the air, the leaves, the tree. And in doing so, sometimes they fucking get lost. I'm so fucking tired of having to share my fucking grief with a bunch of fucking morons. Like, genuinely. Did your tarot cards warn you about her? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Thank you, Monica. Yeah. Why let yourself be treated like that for so long though? Because it's like I still loved her, like having BPD, like they're your favorite person, and like you have this weird black and white thinking. So like when things are just like slightly good, like you make them seem like they're the best thing ever. I constantly would like tell myself like everything's gonna be okay, things are gonna get better, like she's gonna change because that's what we promised each other. And while I was changing, she wasn't. Yeah. Yeah, she was filming me. Sometimes I knew and sometimes I didn't. Oh, I've been treating my BPD for a hot minute in different ways. And you know what's funny? Those people who like were trying to help and like hated Tommy and like whatever, now they're all on Tommy's side. It's like I see red flags and I fucking ignore them. Like I don't know. Are you a fight, flight, or freeze or silent BPD? Thank you for the super chat. So it depends on the situation, but in situations like before I started taking Zoloft situations with Emily, I would be fight. It's kind of crazy for me to process in my brain that like we will never speak again. Oh, I'll be fine. So unfortunately, what I have to do is click the video and I have it on mute. I don't want to listen to it. I'm going to respond to what she said. And I'm nervous because Emily messaged me last night and we've been arguing through text messages. And it's been just this vicious cycle of what it's been this whole time of her saying one thing, me saying another, her saying one thing, me remembering another, her saying one thing, me experiencing another. And I feel like I'm going actually genuinely crazy right now. I genuinely feel insane. I don't know how The same reaction channel, actually all of the reaction channels, who once thought my ex was all of these horrendous things, like, have now like switched the script, and Emily is like a saint and we need to like interview her. You know what? I want to be interviewed. Like, when is it my fucking turn? They once were trying to get me away from the feeder, but now it's like the roles are reversed. I'm scared in the sense of like she has been threatening me. She's doing this whole dance of, if you shut up, I'll shut up. People were actually truly believing we weren't together. And I had to keep my mouth shut. Why? Because one, I literally loved you. I did not want to hurt you. I did not want to start a war with you. You were my girlfriend. We were in a relationship, a committed, loyal relationship. And then finally, when I said, oh, her going to Snowflake is actually the last straw, which is normally something that I would forgive and forget, and I wouldn't say a fucking word. I finally said, this is my last straw? You're threatening me? Life would be so much easier if you were just honest. Guess what? I am being honest, and that's what makes this easy for me. Thank you. The fact that she had the audacity to message me last night, and I was trying to reply with these like well thought out responses. Why do I take the time? Why do I take the time? I don't know. But now Amberlynn does reactive abuse to like literally some crazy shit. And all of a sudden, oh, poor Emily. It's not making sense to me. And I'm going insane. I'm genuinely going insane. Show us her threats. I'm not going to show you our text messages, but I can read them to you. Or once again, you're lying. Fuck off, Spooky. Thank you for the money. And you know what's funny? Let's go back to the Beck situation right quick. So many people were like, oh my God, Amberlynn was an abuser. Why did, like, I can't believe it. Like, da da da. But no one ever, like, sits there and goes, why did Beck stay? Like, it's Beck's fault. No one ever does that. They have all this like sympathy for Beck. But yet I was in a relationship where I stayed in Wisconsin for 3 months where I felt genuinely miserable. And everyone's like, it's your fault. Like, I have never been with someone like this in my life who genuinely, I have never screamed at the top of my lungs till I've been in a relationship with her. You have a history of being abusive, though. You guys have a history of just hearing like hearsay. So think about that for a second. And you know who else has a history of being abusive? Emily. Amber, you could probably shut everyone up with proof. I probably could, but I'm not like this girly pop that's just like, here's proof, plus how the fuck do I show it? Luna, welcome to Stream Queen's Mini. It sounds like you're in a trauma bond with her. Oh, without a doubt, there's a trauma bond. 100,000%. You two are still together. Lies, you never post. We're not together anymore. I could trust you that, James, but thank you. So then when she would make fun of me and she would make fat jokes, like literally to my face, that's one of the reasons why I knew it was her that said Pocahontas, who said that if I lost weight, I'd look like a melted candle, because she also said that about another girl who lost a bunch of weight, and that's how I knew it was her. And she lied and lied and lied. She was like, that's not my Reddit. That's not my Reddit. That's actually my friends. That's actually my friends. And then she finally admitted it to me, and she said it was hers. I genuinely feel alone, and I feel confused. I feel sad. I feel broken. I feel like it just sucks. Like this whole thing sucks so bad. And like I'm dreading reacting to the screenshots. That's why I'm like prolonging this as much as possible, because I just don't even want to know. So when are you going to react to what the feeder said? Only I can call her that. Do you have receipts, and do you own any of this? Lost girl, I don't know what you mean. You're together. We are not together. You think I'd be doing this if we were together? No. No, no, no. Okay. So funny situation about this is Emily and I literally just got into an argument, and that's it. That's it. That's always what happened. Anytime you guys saw her talk shit about me online, it's literally only because we got into an argument. Emily's response. Honestly, I was content staying silent for a long time, but you weren't. You weren't silent. What? I was silent. That was me. That was me. But I'm tired of watching her dodge any real accountability. You are literally the queen of dodging accountability.
She creates her own reality and expects everyone to play along. Are we describing you right now? The sad part is, most people do because they're either scared of her and don't want to deal with the drama. But I hit a point where I just couldn't sit back and watch her keep rewriting the truth. You are not afraid of me. How many times have I said that I'm afraid of you? You're not afraid of me because you've gotten public behind my... Amberlynn, calm down. I'm about to have a BPD meltdown here on live. Can you imagine? Literally, behind my back, you've said awful things about me. You've done it publicly knowing that I would see it. If you were afraid of me, you would have never done those things. Not only that, if you were afraid of me, you would have never verbally abused... I've said that word so many times. This is not going to be monetized. Like, you wouldn't have verbally... Is there another word for that? You wouldn't have verbally me repeatedly to my face in text, in Messenger, in this, in that, on FaceTime, on the phone. You wouldn't have done those things if you were afraid of me. Sorry, what the fuck am I doing? I need to have this on ×2 speed. Like, what? Emily said, at first everything was great. I really thought I had found someone who was kind, laid back, and just fun to be around. She was able to carry on a conversation, and it's hard to find these days. Looking back now, I obviously was looking at everything through rose-colored glasses. Wow, that sounds very Amberlynn coded. That sounds very Amberlynn coded, because that's how I feel about you. That is genuinely how I feel about you. She really made it seem like she was a grounded, supportive person. I told her upfront I was grieving Colleen and still will be. Yes, that is true. She said she understood and respected that. Yes, that is true. Still do. She said it wouldn't be an issue at all. That is true. That was super important to me for her to be accepting of it. And for a little while, it felt good. We actually had fun together. We laughed, we joked around, and it was chill. I genuinely enjoyed spending time with her before she started showing me who she really was. I would love to hear who that was. I guess it was a typical scenario of love bombing. I stayed the same throughout our whole relationship, even to the point of all of the betrayals, the lies, the emotional cheating, the deceit, all of it. I stayed the same. I kissed your ass because I was scared of you. Finally, when my BPD meltdowns, tantrums, whatever the fuck you want to call them, would snap, that's when my fear was gone, because I was so heightened and so scared. My fight or flight was fight. The fact that you're turning this around and rewriting this whole thing to make you seem like a victim because my ex Beck might have been is fucked up. You know exactly what you're doing. You hurt me and I was the one apologizing for getting blood on your floor. That was a metaphor. I don't want people to take that serious. I hate Snowflake more than anything in this world. And I really hope that he gets some sort of like karma in his life, like genuinely. Because it's not fair. Was it still nice when she came to stay with you? How long was she meant to stay? I'll answer that question. It was nice in the beginning, maybe for a few days. But I'm telling you, every day was a roller coaster because I had no idea what Emily was going to wake up. And that fucking sucked. It reminded me of my dad, low key. That's how it was when I was a child. How long was she meant to stay for? A few weeks. A few weeks. She didn't want me to leave. I didn't want to leave. That's how it is with lesbian relationships. Her reply. There were little red flags early on. Like Amber would get upset if I didn't FaceTime her for hours every single day. Okay, hold on. I was going to respond to that, but let me finish the sentence. Or if I was busy at work and she didn't have time to message her. So first things first, the FaceTime her for hours every single day. That's true. And I think it's because that is the way that she said, okay. So her and Colleen would be on FaceTime for hours and hours a day. And that is how mine and Emily's relationship started. And it was because she wanted that. It was like we were living together, but through technology. That is what I got used to. And having BPD, I have also very bad anxious attachment where Like thankfully, I just want to say I'm very much far gone from that area. I don't have that like anxious attachment feeling anymore. So yeah, she'd take it personally and get upset. Bam, because that is the way my brain is wired, and that's unfortunate. She would get irritated if I checked my phone or responded to my messages that weren't about her or focused on her. I'm sorry, but I do not remember that. But everything really started to change when Amber came to visit me. Yeah, because I saw your true colors. I saw your true colors. Who changed me? Think about that for 3 seconds. Who changed me? It wasn't me. I did not want to show anyone who Emily was. I actually have text message proof of this. We had talked about it in text messages. I knew the hate was going to happen. I explained the hate. I told her, I don't want the haters to find you. I don't think you can handle it. I don't want you to handle it. I don't want to post you. I was guilt tripped so bad. She would say things like, I don't want to be hid. I don't understand. Like, Alexis actually told you guys this. Alexis lied about some stuff, but there was some stuff she was truthful on. I've always said that. But I was guilt tripped into revealing who she was. She would say things, I want people to know that you're taken. I don't want to be hidden. I don't want to be a secret. I was like stuck in a spot. I was terrified. I still love her through it all. She could genuinely get a knife and stab me over and over, metaphor not, and I'd still love her. That's the type of fucking crazy person that I am. And I hate that I'm like that. Her other message was she was originally only supposed to stay for a week or two tops. That's not true. It wasn't going to be some extended thing. It definitely wasn't going to be 3 months, no. We were planning on probably around 2 weeks because that's when I'd be off of work and be able to take her home. But by day 2 of her being at my house, things already started to shift. It was weird how high strung she was that early on. I don't know what shifted, or it was the change in environment, but she just acted off. Emily, if that is the case, why did you want me to stay longer? Why did you want me to move in? Why did you call me? Why did you literally say that that was my home too? She really didn't like that I had a life outside of her. Not true. I mean, I work 12-hour shifts. I have a family, friends, pets, a house to take care of. Those are true things, but I didn't care because she only worked like twice a week. So, what? I have responsibilities. But anything that wasn't about her felt like an inconvenience to her, and she made that very clear. That is so not fucking true. It is absolutely insane. So when it comes to friends, she doesn't have friends. She had like a couple coworkers and stuff that she like kind of considered friends. I would always be like, why don't we go hang out with them? I don't understand like why she didn't want to introduce me to her friends. I thought that was so weird. I didn't meet her family in person until like I genuinely had to. And I'm not going to say like that's personal. It's like medical stuff. I'm not going to like get into it. And I always wanted to like go to her families, hang out with people. Like I was miserable in Wisconsin. I don't think you guys understand. All I did was sit in her fucking room in her bed. That is all I did. Are you really talking about my family? Oh, didn't say anything personal. I just said I wanted to meet them. Can you calm down, Emily? Like for real. Like you literally said in the message, I have family and friends and pets. Like I'm just responding to what you said. I'd get home from a 12-hour shift completely exhausted from a stressful job, and she'd get upset if I wanted to go straight to bed. That is such a fucking lie. You have never in your life gotten off of work and went straight to bed. If I said no, she'd get upset. You've never said no. You never said no. And compared to her working on vlogs all day, that never happened because I didn't vlog at your house. I maybe did a few videos. I did a few fucking videos. So that's not true, Emily. Saying she still had the energy to do things, so I should too. Okay. None of that ever happened. And that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Amber expected me to constantly be available. I will say, I was a little like that. If I didn't text or call during my breaks, or if I wasn't giving her attention constantly, she'd get upset or start a fight. That's due to my trauma. I will say that probably did happen. I can admit that one. I told her in the beginning that I need to be able to have alone time because that is how I decompress from stress. That's true. We've had arguments about that before she visited too, because she didn't like that. She would always accuse me of not loving her, and and how terrible of a girlfriend I was. I never said you were a terrible girlfriend. You became terrible. You became terrible. You became very terrible. She wanted me to call out of work anytime she was having a crisis. Or just felt like she wanted me to stay at home. Fucking lie. Fucking lie. Fucking lie. She was always in a bad mood because of this. I don't know what that means. If I did anything that didn't involve her directly, she would start an argument. Not true. And I sit here and I rage and I rage and I rage because you pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed. You lied. You cheated. You betrayed. You lied. You did secret shit. You verbally abused me, etc., etc. The list literally, genuinely goes on. I have never been more gaslit and manipulated in my life. I have never felt the way that you made me feel in my life, but anyone I have ever been in a relationship with, ever in my whole entire life. I've never experienced something like that, ever. Okay, she would gaslight, deflect, just typical narcissistic behavior. We both know I'm not a narcissist. Have I thought that in the past? Yes. Have I taken plenty narcissist tests? Yes. Have I talked to therapists? Yes, because genuinely that terrifies me. But you know that I'm not a narcissist. You know that I'm not. You know that. But the behaviors that you demonstrate, whether that be publicly or behind closed doors, shows textbook narcissist behavior. And it scares me. You scare me. It got to the point where I started going into the other room just to sleep because she wouldn't stop arguing with me when I was trying to rest before a shift. That happened one time. That happened one time. And it's when everything hit the fan. And I followed you in there with my BPD meltdown, my tantrum. Yeah, I did. I did. And I'm able to admit that. My pain turned me into a monster because of what you did. She came into the room and stood over the bed. She told me that if I wasn't going to continue the conversation, which was basically her going on and on of how I didn't love her and all of this crap, then said, fine, if I can't have peace from being able to have this conversation, then you aren't going to either. She would then stand next to the bed I was sleeping in and intentionally keep me up all night. I feel like this happened every time she knew I was going to work, like she was intentionally keeping me up because she didn't like that I wasn't home instead of work. That's a bullshit lie. That's a bullshit lie. I liked when you went to work. Not gonna lie, it was peace from you. She 100% used her BP as an excuse. I do, it's also a reason. That's what's frustrating me the most. Anytime she'd have one of her tantrums, she wouldn't take any accountability and say it's because she has BPD. And she'd be like, I'm not trying to be mean, I'm just trying to tell you how I feel. Which is true. I am just trying to tell you how I feel. When she would literally scream at me about something like taking 4 minutes longer than I would have when I went outside to smoke. Not true. I told her she can't use that as an excuse if she refuses to do anything to help herself to get better. She made a lot of false promises of getting into therapy. So did you. You need therapy bad, girl. You need therapy bad, like on a different type of level. We promised each other that we would both get help, that we would take our medicines, that we would be better not only for each other, but for our fucking selves. She told me in so many different occasions that she was signed up and she never went. That's not true. Yep, that was one of her manipulative tactics and staying longer when it was getting to the point where I was asking her to leave. I literally have journal entries. I have journal entries, and I'm pretty sure I have messages literally telling you that I needed to leave, that I could not do this anymore, that I genuinely could not do this anymore. I was miserable. I would call my mom constantly, bawling my eyes out, Emily, bawling because of you. And my mom was like, honey, I will come get you. You deserve better. You don't deserve this. That was a constant everyday thing, an everyday battle, and you know it. I was miserable. I did her laundry. She did do my laundry because I literally could not do the laundry. She had one of those laundries where you had to bend down. I could not, like, because mine's different. It's like, how do you explain it? There's the ones that are out like this, and then the ones that are like this. Hers was like this. And that's how it was when I lived with Eric and Ricky as well. That's how their washer and dryer was. And I couldn't like go down to get it. I'm too short and too fat. My stomach was literally in the way. I could not reach down and get my laundry. So yes, she did do my laundry, and she did it twice when I was there. That's it, just twice. I cleaned up after her and took care of the pets. She won't ever let Twinkie or the dogs out during the day when she was home. That's a fucking lie. So I'll come home from work. I have to clean up Twinkie's pee off the brand new floor that I put in. And her dog's pee, but that's not true. That was from when we were fucking sleeping. Shut my face. You know what's funny? When me and Emily were messaging last night, Snowflake literally was asking questions about my hygiene. Emily told me. Snowflake was literally asking questions about my hygiene. The tantrum slowly escalated each time. I started with her just shouting at me to escalating to her slamming doors and punching walls. That never fucking happened. I think I slammed a door one time because I was so fed up. I went to a different room, slammed the door. I was done. Like the betrayal, the gaslighting, the stonewalling, the cruelty, the fat jokes. I never punched a wall. Anytime I tried leaving the room, she would block doorways. She was also really jealous. I was very jealous. I'm a very jealous person in relationships. I've been very honest about that. Anytime I talked about Colleen, I made it very clear that I'm very understanding of the whole Colleen situation. But when you would compare me to Colleen in fights, you began to turn that into a weapon. You turned Colleen, this beautiful, caring, kind woman, into a weapon to hurt your current fucking girlfriend. That's when it became weird. That's when it became fucked. That's when it became awkward. She was on Tumblr looking at naked women bigger than me right after having sex with me. And the picture that is so engraved in my brain that made my whole soul leave my body was this woman on an oxygen tank in a hospital bed. My whole soul left my body. I clicked the messages. Literally, the day that we met in person, she messaged a girl saying how sexy she was. You hurt me, betrayed me, lied to me, deceitful, etc. The list goes on, and you get to play victim over my reaction of the pain that you caused me? Ooh, that was the first time she got physical with me. She threw things at me. What did I throw at you? You know what? Let me go right here. What did I throw at you? Actually, she threw things at me. All it does is take 5 words to make someone seem like a real fucking abusive bitch. I didn't throw a thing at you, Emily. Oh, she replied. The water bottle that was on my dresser. Oh, I threw a water bottle on your dresser. Okay, let me go back to the text message from last night where you said that I did not throw it at you. Here it is. You know when you picked up the water bottle to throw at me? All I did was pick it up. I didn't throw it at you. And then here it goes. Where did I respond? Oh, and then you said, so when you picked it up and raised it like you were gonna throw it, what was that? That is what you said right fucking there. So did I throw it or not? Look at me. I'm fucking 500 pounds. The only person I'm abusive to is my fucking self. Her room, I've talked about this in live stream, it's cluttered. It has, dirty clothes pile. It has this fucking rug that constantly flips and this and that. There's 2 huge dog beds. One's Twinkie's, one's her dog's. Like, it's a mess. I end up tripping over the fucking rug. I'm going to fall. Instead, my body goes onto her. She falls. I grab her arm because that's my instinct, was to grab her. That was my first instinct, was to just grab her. So you know what she does? Oh my God. She takes a picture of her arm. I think it was, I don't know, an hour later. While she's in her car, she takes a picture of her arm and she sends it to me. Okay? Keep in mind, she's wearing a short sleeve. The picture of her arm shows nothing. It shows nothing. The fact that she says grabbed my arm to the point of drawing blood is crazy because I have the pictures, which she later deleted months later. She ends up leaving the house again. That's what she does. And she ends up sending, oh my God, you guys are never going to believe it. She ends up sending me a picture of her arm with these nail marks that are like so like deep. And I'm like, what the fuck is that? I'm like, well, I'm literally on the phone with my mom, bawling. And I'm sending my mom these screenshots because Emily's in the car and we're like going at it in the messages. And I'm like, Mom, I think Emily just faked nail marks. And my mom's like, what are you talking about? Show me. I end up sending my mom the original from the night where I grabbed her when she was falling, the original message, the original picture in a message where Emily's wearing a short sleeve shirt and you see nothing. You see nothing. Emily literally faked nail marks in a different shirt on a different day, took the picture as if it was the same fucking day. I decided on my own that I was going to leave. I decided that on my own. That was me who decided that. Then she grabbed a picture of me and Colleen and held it up and threatened to break it. She knew that is something that would hurt me more than anything she could do physically to me, like the lowest she could go. She let her apologize and then tried. Sorry, I'm getting text messages left and right. She let her apologize and then tried begging for me back, saying that it was her BPD. At first, she denied that she did any of those things, which that sucked too. I've never denied a single thing that I've actually done. I have denied the things that I have not done that you have lied about. Let me go see if I can find the screenshot for you guys. I really have to go get ready. This is crazy. Okay, so this is the screenshot. Oh my God, I'm like so dead right now. How do I make this bigger? I don't know how to make this big, folks. But it's good to know I do have the screenshots. Maybe I can like post them in video or something. Because I can't. It's like literally like this big. And I don't want you guys to see all the other hectic stuff of it all. Like that right there, like, okay. She apologized profusely when she knew she couldn't gaslight me into believing it didn't happen. Because it didn't. Oh my God. I do have proof, but it's the photo is this big. Oh. 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 Shit, that was the fake one. That was the fake one. Oh my God. Wait. Holy shit. Okay, hold on. I'm having like a literal general moment right now. Okay. Oh my God. Why isn't this showing, bro? Can someone please help me? Can someone please help me? Can someone please help me? Okay. I'm going to show you the first photo that she sent me. Okay. Open viewer. Okay. Oh my God, this part is fucking crazy. This part is fucking crazy. Okay. So this is original photo. Okay. And remember, there's gauges and blood. Okay. Remember that part. This is her arm. This is her arm. Okay. Keep in mind, she's wearing a maroon shirt. Okay. And then look at what she sends me a couple days later. Because she forgot that she took that photo and sent it to me. In this photo, you're going to see these weird marks that she created herself. Oh, Emily has marks all over her body. Like the, oh my God. See, I don't want to go into medical right now, but she has marks all over her body from something medical. I'm not getting into it. But she is wearing a completely different shirt. You're going to see it. It's like a black type of deal. And she creates these marks. Okay. Completely different day. What the hell? Why isn't it zooming? What the fuck is going on? Ugh! Why is it blurry? Okay, this is annoying. What the fuck is that? 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 And right here it says, am I just imagining the gauges? Am I just imagining that? Am I just imagining that? Am I just imagining that? Yes, you are imagining that. Are you imagining the gauges out of your arm? The blood? Yes, you are. You are. I literally have a voicemail. I don't know if I deleted it because I delete my voicemails. Like saying the opposite of what she's saying here. Did she ever punch teeth down my throat? No. But hearing those words, I almost feel like hurts just as bad. How the fuck does it turn to perfect to this? I'll never know. Yeah, I do. I have the message of her initial reporting when she was missing, which is timestamped. It shows that her story that she posted on her vlogs about her being missing at 5 a.m. was not correct. I don't know what she's talking about. So then she sends screenshots of me telling her that she was that Rarity was missing, and now let me explain the timeline. So our huge fucking argument happened wee in the morning. I mean, I'm telling you, it was like 5 a.m., 4 a.m., like around that time, I would say. And Emily has a massive house, and a lot of the cats, like her cat Daniel, Princess, Wasabi, Rarity, they all like to be in the basement. That's where they went to the bathroom. They would eat down there. They would play down there. They would just hang out down there. That's where they like to chill. They had free roam of the whole place. But that is where they were a lot of the time. A lot of the time, like, you didn't see a cat. You didn't see a cat because they were all hanging out doing their damn thing at the basement. And then it was like around the time where, like, you know, the cats start to come out. They're like coming up to the living room or the bedroom, starting to just venture out a little bit more. I was like, it's weird. I've seen most of the cats today, but I haven't seen Rarity. And that's when I was like, what the heck? So I went down to the basement and I didn't see her. And I was like, this is confusing. I'm calling her name. I'm going to floor number 1, floor number 2, floor number 3, floor number 4. And I'm like, why isn't she coming out? That is when I messaged Emily, because the pattern was then broke. That's when I was like, what is going on? So the fact that, like, Emily is like turning this into, I don't know if she like let her out on purpose, when you know you let her out because you left the fucking door open, is sick. Sick. I was home for a few of them that she filmed. It was always after a fight between her and I. I think she wanted to take advantage of the tears and the crying and put it on camera. You're insane. I rolled over and guess what happened? Guess what happened? Full-fledged fight. Full-fledged fight. Because you know what she said to me? Are you crying again? That's what I dealt with. That's what I dealt with. That's what I dealt with. I wanted to keep it civil, blah, blah, blah. Then she tried signing up for therapy, blah, blah, blah. Sorry. The truth hurts. I don't know what to say about it. I tend to forgive too easily. I guess you forgive too easily. You? Snowflake says, how did you get her to leave eventually? Because she told us she left because she was a grown-up and had an apartment or some nonsense. Yeah, that was because I didn't want to say the truth. I was in an abusive relationship and I didn't want to deal with it anymore. I was super fucking depressed and I was miserable. You loved my legs. Also, poor Twinkie. It's not poor Twinkie. I love Twinkie more than anything in this world. I love my pets more than I love myself. Point blank, period. Twinkie is a Chihuahua. Chihuahuas are the most anxiety-ridden dogs that there is. What makes me unhinged, Emily? What makes me unhinged? You. She did a lot of threatening anytime she felt like she didn't have control of the situation. I'm still worried she's going to totally lose it when she finds out I talked to you. Because you know me. Don't engage with her. I'm done. Quite a few people have said that it was a narc rage that I did in my last live stream. What is that? So I'm going to figure it out live. Am I a narcissist at this point? I don't know. I am not a monster. I have a lot of empathy for Emily. I have a lot of sympathy. I have a lot of love. I feel her pain when she's hurting. And I think that's why for the longest, Tiny, thank you for the super chat, I appreciate it. I think that's why for the longest time, I didn't say anything in response to like everything she was doing online. And that's why I constantly like, kept the shit private. Like a lot of people go through chaotic relationships and toxic relationships, period. What you guys experienced from me in my last few live streams, especially the last one, well, probably actually the last few, maybe not the one where I was doing my makeup so much, probably not. It is an absolute BPD meltdown, breakdown, rage, whatever it may be. But what you guys got to experience today was absolute BPD rage. The fact that it was so easy for Emily, the minute we got into an argument, to turn to Snowflake, it felt like the final boss type of thing. Narcissists don't feel empathy towards someone, and I feel so much sadness towards Emily because I know Emily and I know her mental health and I know the things that she goes through, and I just feel fucking bad. I'm genuinely so fat. I went to a Chinese buffet. More than anything in this world, I wish I was drunk. I wish I was drinking alcohol. Can toxic relationships be fixed? Do you understand that you lied to your audience for months and you expect the chat to be nice to you? If you're upset with me for lying to protect someone, I'm sorry for upsetting you. But if you are upset with me because you just want to be dramatic, I don't care. All right, here we go. The root and the cause. Okay, wait. So, narcissistic rage and a BPD rage meltdown can look intense from the outside, but they come from very different places emotionally and psychologically. Here's a breakdown of the key differences. 1, the root and the cause and the trigger. Narcissistic rage is 1, triggered by a blow to their ego or perceived criticism, disrespect, or a threat to their self-image, aka a narcissistic injury. Wow, I'm learning a lot. And then BPD meltdown, which is a root cause trigger, triggered by fear of abandonment, feeling rejected, invalidated, biggest one for me, or emotionally overwhelmed. Again, big one, often linked to intense sensitivity, which is me, constant sensitivity. So everything on the rage meltdown for the BPD was exactly how I was feeling. And I did not feel, well, I felt the disrespect on the narcissistic side, but obviously, like, duh. But it was the BPD, everything I felt that. So for narcissistic rage, driven by shame, humiliation, or a sense of being less than, their anger is a defense against feeling vulnerable. I love vulnerability. Vulnerability. BPD rage meltdown is driven by emotional pain, me, fear, me, extreme distress, me. It's often a cry for reassurance, like I've said before, connection, like I've said before, or safety, like I've said before. VPD and NPD are two sides of the same coin. Oh, love. No, they're not. I think we both regret and we both fucked up and we both crashed out. And I'm able to admit that. Like, we both crashed out. I don't know. No, we're not cool now, but we did have a few messages and I'm worried about her. And that's just how I've always been. Time and space. I never said we're getting back together. Jesus. Like I said, she probably hates me. I guess you guys just be lucky you're not me, I guess. I don't know. Like, have you ever heard of, like, loving unconditionally? If she asked you back, would you get back together? I don't know. I don't know. Oh my god, someone said, bro, she hates you. Ugh. I don't know what to do. But a lot of lesbian relationships can get kind of... And I don't just know that because of me, but I know that because I have a lot of lesbian friends. She likes your body and not you. How can you not see that? I don't know. I'm gonna do a love reading on myself real quick. I just want to see if I'm okay. Oh, it was this one that popped up. Longing, craving, aching, wanting. Foundation, establish family security. I'm gonna do one more. I wanted to do 3. Hoping, expecting, faith, manifesting. Interesting. I'm hoping and manifesting and longing and craving for a secure foundation of a relationship. Fuck. And I wanted it to be with Emily. Like, I wanted all the bad to go away, you know? Just go looking for clout. Just show your receipts. Prove yourself. I ain't got the energy.
My heart rages around like an ocean.